there it is again. Failure rearing its ugly head. And then you're forced down to your knees, tears on your face, maybe cuts on your arms, maybe a picture of yourself in the mirror that you're not exactly happy with. And you got a decision to make. Have you been remade then? Because this world says something different. This world says, the choices you make you who you are. So if you go home and you screw up, well then, you better try harder. You better do better. You better lift yourself up by your bootstraps, and you better prove to the world just how great you can be. My friends, that's not the gospel. The gospel says something so radically different. It says, yeah, you've made failures, you've made mistakes. And yeah, your choices, they have consequences. And you may end up where you didn't want to end up. You may come to a place you didn't want to come. But here's the good news. Where you end up is not who you are. 2 Corinthians has something different in mind. It says, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. And let me let you in on a little secret. You didn't do a thing to do that. That's not about your performance. That's nothing you did. That has everything to do with what was done for you 2,000 years ago. When a man named Jesus came and lived a life you could never live, he died the death you could never die, and he rose again over it all. And he says, if you are in me, if you are in my hand, then no one and nothing can separate you from that grasp. And when I look down on you, I don't see failure. I don't see success. I don't see accomplishments. I don't see mistakes. I don't see addict. I don't see bulimic. I don't see cutter. I don't see musician. You know what I see? If you are in me, I see child of God who happens to do those things. And that does two things, Lawville. It assaults our pride. Because it says, like I said before, you're so bad Jesus had to die for you. So you can't go walking around thinking you're all hot stuff. You can't go around going through the drive-thru saying, oh my goodness, can you believe what she said? The gospel robs you of the privilege to be proud. But it does something else. It also says you're so loved that he was glad to die for you. So that, my friends, lifts you up out of your fears. It lifts you up out of your mistakes. And it says if you're in Christ, you're new. The old is gone. If you're in Christ, you're not struggling to be free. You're free to struggle. You see, I wish you could understand this. I wish I could understand this. But God's not actually after changing our performance. He's first after changing our hearts. He's after changing our motivations. And that's why the gospel says something so radically different than religion. Religion says you obey and then you'll be accepted. The gospel says you've already been accepted, so obey. Do not mix those two around. We obey